A match grade lever action, I bet you're calling bullcrap on that. Nope. I took this thing to a state-of-the-art facility. Everything was measured electronically, and I had some phenomenal results. This is the Henry LongRangerExpress in 223 and 556. I'm really learning to enjoy this thing, and my kids love it. I might as well buy 2 more, that way they don't fight over this thing when I'm dead and gone. But anyway, I took this thing to Dead Zero Shooting Park over in Middle Tennessee. I was already over there working on a refrigeration controller that had been discontinued before I even went through puberty. Nobody supports the thing. They pulled me out of retirement to kind of go over there and work on it, so I was already in the area. Took an assortment of ammo there. Now, Dead Zero has got a 1,000-yard range that is electronically measured. They've got sensors that give you velocities, and then they give you an X and Y coordinate on a target and transfers that over to an iPad. That place is just freaking awesome. It eliminates the need to even have to go out, you know, to call the range cold and all that. No, no hanging targets, nothing like that. No having to go all that way and then come back and get your breathing down. Once you settle in at the table, you're settled in. And you could lay this thing on the bags and just go ahead and get to work. So now I'm seeing online, lots of guys are saying that they wish this had a faster twist rate. The LongRangerExpress here is a 1 in 9 barrel. Now I tried it with various different ammo. The first one that I sighted it in with was a reloader down the road. He has given me some pretty decent 55 grain VMAX before. I've pulled some half MOA groups out of my my AR style. I pulled some half MOA groups out of it with that. Well, this stuff seems to open up just a little bit more, this batch does. So I can't completely base it off of that, but I had some very repeatable groups. So starting with the tool. Now the tool, putting it on the electronic sighting system, about the best I could get was 2.6 to 3.1 MOA. And I was sitting there and I was like, I wonder if I just start slapping the trigger and not even worrying about my breathing or anything. It didn't open the group up at all. Just tool doesn't work the greatest. There was a diamond out at 200 yards. Hits were impossible at 200 yards with the tool. Winchester white box was a little bit better, about 1.5 MOA. So I kept that Winchester white box out there just dancing the steel at 200, which it was doing pretty decent because it started pouring freaking rain there for a little bit. I tried a few more different ammos and decided that I needed to take a restroom break. I opened the action, let the wind go through the barrel, cool everything off, cool the suppressor off. I was starting to get a little bit of mirage. I forgot my suppressor cover. So I was starting to get a little mirage. So looking through the scope, if you're not familiar with that, it's like looking across the top of a hot surface, a hot road or something like that. You get the heat dancing and it messes with your sight image. So leaving this thing open and then just taking off and getting away from the gun for a minute was just really good for me. So now I came back from my little break. I got myself nice and calmed down. I leaned in on this rifle and took this thing out to 300 yards. This is the 300-yard target. I shot half MOA at 300 yards. Now I know it was low because I was just aiming right there at the center, but dude, that's the cool thing about this electronic is you can't freaking lie. Half MOA out to 300 yards. And boom, there it is. This is what made it possible. It was the Hornady match, 75 grain boat tail hollow points. This stuff, they got together and made absolute magic. Half MOA at 300 yards. I'm pretty freaking impressed. If you'd have told me that this thing would have been that accurate, I would have said no freaking way. Not with 9 power. I just didn't expect it. But dude, maybe I had a really good day. Maybe I could go back and try it again. Fingers crossed. Let's see what we can do. I bought a whole year at Dead Zero Shooting Park. So this thing is definitely going back for it. So now I'll probably sell my soul for more of this Hornady match. You can see the price on that. The stuff is pretty steep, but it was literally a match made in heaven. Man, this stuff works great. If you'd have told me that this thing would do half MOA at 300, I would have told you were full of it. But no, we were electronically verified. So now I almost put a higher magnification scope on this thing so that I could really study my shot and really push this thing and see what kind of grouping I could get. but I think I got the good enough results to leave this. I chose a 50-yard zero. Basically, at 50 yards, this thing is dead on. At 100, it's 1.5 inches high. 200, it starts coming back into its own, and it's about 7 inches low at 300, depending on the ammo. This is the GPO Passion 339x42. It's a pretty okay scope. I want it in a giveaway. The way that I look at it, with me winning it in a giveaway, they go for around $4. Had I paid $4 for it, which that's a really populated market, had I paid $4 for it, it would have been pretty satisfying. The turrets aren't exactly the best, but as for the rest of it, it's nice, lightweight, it's repeatable, it works. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, please consider subscribing. Hit that thumbs up. Leave me an awesome comment. I hope to be down there in the comment section with you. My app is a bit messed up, and it's a pain in the butt to go to comments, but I'm still trying to respond. But anyway, y'all have a wonderful day. We'll see you next video. I love you, and I love my new Henry.